Welcome to the Midnight Dark. Subscribe US if you like our content. Tonight's episode is different. This isn't just a story I researched. This is something that happened to me. It was supposed to be a normal recording session. Midnight, a cup of coffee, a microphone, and an empty house. But what I didn't know was that the moment I pressed record, I invited something else into the room. I always enjoyed recording late at night. The silence felt pure, like the world was asleep and I was the only one awake. But that night, something felt off. When I plugged in my microphone, there was a strange static. Not just the usual hum. It sounded like breathing. I checked the cables, restarted the laptop, but the sound didn't go away. I hit record anyway. Welcome back to the Dark Hours podcast, I said. Tonight, we explore, and then I heard it. Faint, female whispering don't. I froze, played it back. It was there, clear as day, but I was alone. The next morning, I uploaded the episode. It was just 20 minutes long, nothing special. I cut out the weird part and pretended nothing happened. But within hours, I got an email. No subject line, no signature. It just said, "Don't record after midnight." She doesn't like it. I laughed it off, thinking it was a fan playing a joke, until the second email came. This time, it included a clip from my episode. The part one had cut out. The part with the whisper. I never uploaded that version. So how did they have it? By the third night, I was shaking, but I couldn't stop. Podcasting was my life. I set up the mic again. As I spoke into it, the static returned, louder this time. And then, over my own voice, a third voice began to speak. Tell them my story, or I will tell yours. My blood ran cold. I slammed the laptop shut. The voice continued, not from the speakers, but from the dark corner of my room. A shadow moved. Tall, female, hair spilling over her face. And then, she smiled. After that night, I didn't record for 3 days. I tried to convince myself that it was stress, lack of sleep, too much coffee. But the emails kept coming. The fourth one read, "You promised to tell my story." I never promised anything. Not out loud. Not even in my head. And then came the audio file. I shouldn't have opened it, but I did. It was me, my voice, introducing the podcast. But then, over me, came another voice. Female, desperate, crackling like it was trapped inside the wires. "My name is Lilith. They buried me alive." The file ended. I closed my laptop, and when I looked up, she was sitting in the chair opposite me. A bold, beautiful woman in a dark dress, eyes burning with fire. "Now you know my name," she said. The next day, I searched. I couldn't stop myself, and I found it. An old newspaper article, 1954. A woman named Lilith had been accused of witchcraft in the town I lived in. They said she seduced men, cursed their wives, and made children sick. But the truth was darker. She had been a writer, a podcaster of her time. She recorded stories on reel tapes. They found dozens in her house after she disappeared. The article ended with a line that froze my blood. Her body was never recovered. Locals believed she was buried alive by those who feared her. And now, she wanted me to continue her work. Through me. Through my voice. That night, I gave in. I turned on the mic. "Welcome to the Dark Hours podcast," I said, my hands trembling. Static. Then her voice, smooth and deadly. "Let me speak." I don't remember much after that. I felt my mouth moving, words pouring out that I didn't understand. Names, dates, descriptions of deaths. When I came to, an hour had passed. I checked the file. My voice was there, but IT wasn't me. It was her. She spoke of being chained, of clawing at the wooden coffin, of screaming until her throat tore. And then she laughed. A laugh that shook the speakers and made the lights flicker. I didn't upload the episode, but somehow, it was online. People shared it, commented on it. They said it was the scariest thing they'd ever heard. Some said they could hear scratching sounds in the background. Others claimed to hear a woman crying their own names. One listener messaged me at 3 a.m. I heard her in my room. Thank you for introducing us. Another said they saw her face reflected in their computer screen. I had no control anymore. She was using my platform to spread her curse. I tried to stop. I deleted my podcast. I smashed my mic. I even unplugged the router. But the emails continued. The last one I received was just 3 words. Don't betray me. And below that, a photo taken from inside my room. Me, asleep in bed, and her, standing over me, smiling. I decided to face her. I bought a new microphone, a better one. If she wanted to speak, I would let her, but on my terms. I locked the door, sat in front of the mic, and pressed record. What do you want from me? I asked. Static. Then her voice, silky, beautiful, terrifying. Tell them I lived. Tell them I loved. Tell them I died in darkness. And if I don't, her laugh shivered through the room. Then your story will end tonight. The lights flickered. The screen cracked. And then she stood beside me. A woman in a red dress, bold, beautiful, but her eyes hollow like a grave. She leaned close, her lips near my ear. Press record, or bleed. I gave in. The recording started, but this time it wasn't a podcast. It was a confession. Her words poured through me like poison. She spoke of men who betrayed her, of women who cursed her name, of a night she was dragged into the forest and locked in a wooden box. She described the earth falling over her face, the screams that no one heard, the way her fingers broke as she clawed at the lid. They made me a legend, she said through my mouth. Now I will make them immortal in death. I felt my throat tear as I spoke her words. Blood filled my mouth, but I couldn't stop. The episode went live. I don't know how. I never uploaded it. But within an hour, it was trending. Comments flooded in. I heard scratches on my door while listening. She called my name. How did she know? I saw her behind me in the mirror. Listeners from around the world began to experience her. Some reported nightmares. Some reported seeing her in public places, on buses, in restroom mirrors, on empty highways. She was spreading, using my voice, using my platform. And then came the final comment. I heard 2 voices. Hers and yours. But yours was screaming. I tried to destroy everything. The laptop, the mic, the hard drive. But it didn't matter. She was inside me now. Every time I closed my eyes, I felt her breath on my skin, her hand on my chest, her voice in my ear. She gave me a choice. Either keep recording for me, or die tonight. I wanted to end it. I wanted to escape. But the moment I picked up a knife to my own throat, I heard her laugh. If you end your life, I'll just move to someone else. Your audience is mine now. I dropped the knife. I couldn't let her take anyone else. So I made the only choice left. I kept recording. If you are hearing this, it's already too late. She is with you now, behind your screen, behind your ears. She knows your name. She knows your desires. She knows where you are. Do not turn around. Do not look into the dark corner of your room. Because if you do, you will see her, and she will smile. This has been the Night of Podcast Nightmares.